Rain hammered against the grimy windows of the corporate skyscraper lobby. Inside, fluorescent lights flickered, bouncing off polished marble floors. But nothing could brighten the humiliation Jake the janitor. Metab felt as the head of security barked orders in front of a dozen suited executives. "You're fired." "Effective immediately," the man said, his voice sharp as broken glass. The words echoed through the cavernous lobby. Jake's stomach dropped. The mop he had been using slipped from his hands as he stood there, silent, drenched from the rain that had soaked him just minutes ago. A flashback took over 2 years earlier. Jake had been a single dad himself, struggling to make ends meet in a small, cluttered apartment with peeling wallpaper. His life was a constant loop of scrubbing floors at the city's largest office towers, juggling late-night shifts, and trying to give his young daughter, Isla, the small joys she deserved. Every coin counted. Every dropped opportunity felt like a hammer on his back. Bills piled up, his car groaned with age, and yet Jake moved through it all with quiet dignity. He would wake before dawn, kiss Leela on her forehead, whisper, "I've got this," and leave before she even stirred. The weight of the world pressed down on him, but he never let it crush the flicker of kindness in his heart. It was Tuesday when he first saw him, a small boy, no older than 7, huddled beneath a bus stop awning, soaked through, shivering, and clearly lost. Jake was on his lunch break, carrying his meager sandwich and a thermos of coffee. Most would have passed by, pretending not to notice. But something in the boy's wide, terrified eyes stopped him. "Hey, buddy," Jake said gently, kneeling down. "Are you lost?" The boy nodded, clutching a tattered backpack. "I can't find my dad," he whispered. Jake's heart tightened. There was no hesitation. He took off his own soaked jacket and draped it over the boy's shoulders. He bought him a hot chocolate from a nearby cafe with money he hadn't planned to spend. He stayed with him through the drizzle, asking gentle questions, trying to piece together where he belonged. It cost him he was already low on funds. And this lunch was supposed to be for himself, but he didn't care. All that mattered was the child's safety. When the boy finally mentioned the park near the fountain, Jake didn't just give him directions. He carried him there. Hours passed. Traffic honked. People stared. Jake ignored them all. He didn't know it yet. But the boy was the son of a billionaire whose disappearance had been making headlines across the city. Jake didn't care about the headlines. He only cared about the trembling boy in front of him. The very next morning, Jake's world collapsed again. At the office, rumors spread like wildfire. The board discovered a misplaced security log, a mistake that wasn't his. His boss accused him of negligence. "This is unacceptable, Metab. You've compromised our entire building." No one stepped forward. No colleague defended him. The whispers grew louder. Humiliation burned hotter than the fluorescent lights above. Through the crowd of murmuring employees, Jake spotted the boy from yesterday, now safely returned to the park, and realized he had been seen helping him. But the boy didn't approach. He simply watched, eyes wide and solemn. Jake's heart ached at the injustice. He had saved a child's life, and now he was being crushed for something that wasn't his fault. By the end of the day, he was out. No paycheck, no explanation, only the bitter taste of being discarded like trash despite his courage. 2 weeks later, Jake was scrubbing floors at a small downtown library when the boy walked in with an entourage and a woman in a sharp designer suit. "Jake, Metab." The woman said, voice calm but commanding, "I'm Amelia Carrington, your son's guardian. He has spoken of you every day since you saved him." The room went silent. Jake's heart raced as the boy ran forward, hugging him tightly. "You found me," he cried. Amelia smiled, then turned to Jake. "We have the recordings. Security footage, your act of heroism, it's all clear. You were never negligent. You saved my son from being taken by strangers who had been following him for days. The accusations against you? They're false. You've been wronged." Within hours, the city buzzed with the story of the janitor who saved the billionaire's son. His former boss was exposed as negligent and fired. And Jake was offered a generous settlement and a permanent role as the family's trusted guardian. Justice had arrived, and the man who had humiliated him publicly was left to face the very scrutiny he had tried to cast on someone else. Months later, Jake walked through a sunlit park holding Lila's hand. Beside them, the billionaire boy now, a close friend, laughed as they kicked a soccer ball around. Life had changed dramatically, yet the essence remained the same: kindness, courage, and integrity rewarded. Jake had moved into a modest house of his own, with a small garden where he grew tomatoes and herbs, sharing the harvest with neighbors. The cycle of kindness continued. He looked at the two boys laughing in the distance, Lila spinning in a circle. A smile stretched across his face. "Kindness isn't about recognition," he whispered. "It's about doing what's right, even when no one is watching. And sometimes life has a way of coming full circle." YouTube-style outro narration. If this story touched your heart, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have you ever helped someone and never expected anything in return? Share your story below. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can change someone's entire world.